The Baltic Finns, also known as Western Finns or just Finnic peoples, are the people inhabiting the Baltic Sea region in Northern and Eastern Europe. They speak Finnic languages. I am Taive Särg from the Estonian Folklore Archives of the Estonian Literary Museum, and I'm shortly going to introduce the singing traditions of Baltic Finnic peoples. One of the Finnic languages, Estonian, is my mother tongue. The singing tradition of Finnic people is unique in the European context, both for its long age and for its musical features that have developed in connection with some special languages. The folk songs of the Finnic peoples inspired the Estonian composer Veljo Tormis to arrange many of them for choir. He mostly used Estonian folk songs, but also has based a special choir song cycle, Forgotten Peoples, on various songs of the smaller Finnic groups. This was written between 1970 to 1989 and has been recorded for the first time in 1992 by ECM, conducted by Tõnu Kaljuste. Veljo Tormis used for this cycle, Forgotten Peoples, the sound recordings from the Estonian Folklore Archives. Finnic languages are rare in the European context because they don't belong to the Indo-European language family, but they belong to a different family, the Finno-Ugric languages. As the oral singing tradition is highly influenced by the prosody of the language, the folk songs have acquired their character while developing together with the Finnic languages. Most of the Finnic peoples share a very ancient singing tradition, runo song, dating back approximately 2 millennia. The songs are called runolaulu in Finnish and regilaul in Estonian. Runo song is known to Finns and Estonians as well as some smaller Finnic peoples such as the Karelians, Vosgians, Izorians and Setos. In addition to those, there are two more groups of Finnic people, the Livs and the Vepsians, who don't have runo songs. What is runo song? The criteria for a song to be classified as a runo song are the poetic characteristics of its text, called runoverse. Its main features are word initial alliteration, parallelism, and a special textual meter. The runo song meter has 4 stresses and regularities for placing long and short initial syllables in accordance with Finnic prosody. These features give a special mood to succeeding verses and help to memorize and recreate verses. The traditional performance with the leader singer and the choir was suitable for singing together. During the singing, the talented lead singer created or reminded of verse that the choir then repeated. The singing took place in turns, without the interruption for breathing, so that the singers joined at the last syllables of each verse. I am going to sing an example of runo song where you can join as a choir. Emokene, ennekene, and you, emäkene, ennekene. Ära mind müüvä mölderelle, ära mind müüvä mölderelle. Kaubelde ei kangurelle, kaubelde ei kangurelle. Möldrekivi se müürises, möldrekivi se müürises. Kangru kera se kõrises, kangru kera se kõrises. And so on. Thank you. The poetic form runoverse probably emerged in the Proto-Finnish language before its separation into Estonian Finnish and other Baltic Finnic languages. According to a theory developed by the Finnish researcher Frog, runo song might have formed during contacts between Proto-Finnic and Scandinavian song traditions. The Livs and Vepsians, who have not runo songs, still have folk songs with similar features, but without the special runoverse meter. Vepsians call their folk songs pajo, that comes from the word talk, and they have long and short pajos as well wedding songs, lullabies and children's songs, as other Finnic peoples do. The different Finnic peoples had many similar song topics. For example, they had a song about world creation, where the world was created from a bird egg, or the song of a huge oak tree that hid the sun, or a children's song about a mouse who is going to cut the trees in the forest. Livonian traditional song of awakening the birds that Veljotormis has used for his cycle Forgotten People resembles South Estonian runo song for its melody and structure, where a verse is followed by a refrain, chicho, chicho. The South Estonian horse game songs, for example, have very similar refrains, leiko, leiko. I choose two short original recordings of Birds Awakening for listening. Example is a song by Livs Grit-Stalde and Rosal Dzyakovsky. The first is the phonograph recording from 1925 and the second is gramophone recording from 1938.
Chicho, linken jumaiga ilzenuse chicho. Liebidlia stad med merre chicho, chicho. Volidlia stad virus merre chicho. Knashed neitsid met kille chicho, chicho. Ep knashed kvrures kille chicho.
The ancient runo song melodies sound if they were grown out from the speech. For example, a Baltic wedding song melody also used in Forgotten People. Avatke viro varajed, avatka viro verajed, virosta vira haitul, o virosta vira haitul. Some short phrases repeated with every verse, consisting only of 3 or 4 sounds. The main runo song areas were Finland, Karelia, Estonia and Ingria. Karelia is known by its epic songs and male singers, especially famous are Rippa Bertonen, from whom has been recorded approximately 1/3 of material for Finnic epic Kalevala. Ingria is represented rather by female song tradition, where girls came together to have circle games, dance, swinging, and the processions through village or even rituals that promoted fertility of the fields. Let's list the original sound recording of Izorian female song Marojani or Maiden's Town that Veljotormis has used for the Izorian part of Forgotten People, sung by Ekaterina Alexandrovna in 1971.
Marojani, sisojani, oi Marojani, Marojani, sisoja. Kuinsa oi mietän kesoja, oi kuinsa oi mietän kesoja. Tämjä vuotta vonkoittelin, oi tämjä vuotta vonkoittelin.
Due to the increasing exposure to Western music and Russian music, older songs began to be influenced by newer singing styles. The oral runo song tradition persisted until the beginning of the 20th century, and in some remote ethnographical areas like Setomaa and Kihnu Island in Estonia, and some Karelian and Ingrian villages even longer. Thank you for listening.